The Dreamkeeper's Garden. In the village of Dapplewood, where the sun always seemed to shine just a little brighter, there was an ancient garden that few people had seen. This garden, known only to a handful of villagers, was hidden behind a large iron gate covered in ivy and forgotten vines. The garden was said to belong to the Dreamkeeper, a mysterious figure who was rumored to have the ability to shape dreams and turn them into reality. Mira, a kind-hearted girl with an inquisitive spirit, had grown up hearing whispers of the Dreamkeeper's garden. The villagers often spoke in hushed tones about the garden's wonders, how the flowers bloomed in the shape of dreams, how the trees whispered secrets of the past, and how anyone who wandered inside could leave with a heart full of hope. But the garden was never open to anyone. It was said that only those with a true wish in their heart could find their way in. Mira had always felt that there was more to the garden's magic than the villagers knew. Deep inside, she had a wish that her family's farm could thrive again after the long years of drought that had caused their crops to wither. She felt the garden was the key, and she was determined to find it. One warm summer evening, as the sun dipped low in the sky, Mira took a deep breath and set out toward the forgotten gate. She had heard the stories about the Dreamkeeper's garden, but she had never believed they were true. But tonight, something in the air felt different, magical, as if the village itself was holding its breath, waiting for her to act. With every step she took, Mira felt an odd sense of comfort, as if the world itself was guiding her. She reached the old iron gate, hidden behind a thick veil of ivy. The gate was cold to the touch, yet there was something inviting about it. As Mira pushed open the gate, a soft voice whispered from the garden, "Only those with a pure heart may enter." Mira stepped inside, and the moment she did, the garden seemed to come alive. The air smelled of jasmine and honeysuckle, and the grass beneath her feet was soft, like velvet. Flowers bloomed around her, their petals glowing faintly in the dim light, each one taking the shape of a different dream. Some were of joy, others of adventure, and some of hope and love. At the center of the garden stood an old gnarled tree. Its bark shimmered like silver, and its branches stretched high into the sky. Beneath the tree stood a figure cloaked in flowing robes, her face obscured by a veil of mist. It was the Dreamkeeper. "You have come, Mira," the Dreamkeeper said in a voice that sounded like the wind through the leaves. "I have waited for you." Mira's heart skipped a beat. I didn't know how to find you," she said, her voice trembling, "but I need your help. My family's farm is struggling. The drought has ruined everything. I wish more than anything that our crops could grow again, that our farm could thrive." The Dreamkeeper looked at her with eyes that seemed to glow with ancient wisdom. "The heart of your wish is pure, but the path is not so simple. What you ask of me requires more than just hope. It requires a gift, a sacrifice." Mira nodded, understanding that if the Dreamkeeper was to grant her wish, she would have to give something in return. "I will do anything. Please, help my family." The Dreamkeeper stepped forward, extending a hand, and in it she held a single, glowing seed. "This seed holds the potential for new life. It will grow the crops you seek, but it will also grow your heart in ways you cannot yet understand. When you plant this seed, you must let go of your fears and doubts. You must trust in the magic of the earth." Mira reached out and took the seed, its warmth filling her hands. She felt a deep sense of peace wash over her, as if the world itself was telling her that everything would be all right. "Plant it by the first light of dawn," the Dreamkeeper said, "and remember the true magic lies not in the seed, but in the belief that something beautiful can grow, even from the darkest of times. With that, the Dreamkeeper vanished, her form dissolving into the mist. The garden fell silent, but Mira felt a renewed sense of hope in her heart. The next morning, as the sun rose over the village, Mira took the seed and planted it in the center of her family's farm. She whispered her wish into the earth, trusting the Dreamkeeper's words. As the seed sank into the soil, a soft golden light erupted from the ground, and in the blink of an eye, the garden around her came to life. The plants began to grow, their leaves lush and green, their flowers blooming with vibrant color. Over the following days, the entire farm flourished. The crops grew taller and stronger than ever before, and the drought that had plagued the land for so long began to lift. The village was filled with hope, and Mira's heart swelled with gratitude. As she stood in the middle of the thriving farm, Mira knew that the true magic wasn't just in the seed. It was in the belief that even in the hardest of times, something beautiful could always grow. The Dreamkeeper's garden had not only restored the land, but had also awakened the power of hope in the hearts of everyone in the village. And so, the legend of the Dreamkeeper's garden lived on, a reminder that dreams, when nurtured with love and faith, could always bloom, no matter how impossible they seemed. The end.